My name is Foung Hawj, and I'm running as your next state senator for District 67. And if you have not found a candidate, then think of me with your heart. I'm the candidate that will run this campaign from the heart, and that also corresponds with my name, Foung Hawj. And I would say a vote. If you vote for me, it's not just a vote for me, but it's a vote for you.
Okay. Tell me about the toughest decision you ever had to make and what you went through to do that.
The toughest decision I have to make. That must be when I was crossing the Mekong River from Laos to Thailand. My father put us in a boat, and while we were trying to escape from Laos, there's like 7 other families wanted the same thing, and they need my father's help. So we only have 3 boats, and so we squeezed everybody into those 3 boats. So then, as we went, my father is, really enjoy taking pictures. So he have a lot of collection of picture of war. So my responsibility was to carry those pictures. I carried ton loads of pictures, a couple bags of pictures. And as we were riding the boat, across the river, right where we almost get to the Thailand shore, I noticed there was water gushing from the bottom up. Our boat started splitting up, cracking. So, the word was, I heard a shouting, we had to throw things away. We had to throw things away so that, our boat would continue floating so we can make it to shore. And at that time I thought about, hey, I can throw away these pictures. Certainly don't want to throw that guy, don't want to throw that luggage. I can throw away this picture. And I threw most of the picture away that my father took of the war, and I regret till this day. That was the tough decision. I regret till this day that we lost a lot of memory, lost a lot of memory, and also capture the history of what we've been through. So that was a tough decision. Saving human life or throw away the picture. So I end up throwing the picture. I regret losing the picture, but I think it saved all of us. I designed the website, the job search website for Minnesota Council nonprofit. If you were searching for nonprofit job and go in there and do that search, and if you ran into some of the problem, blame me. But if you find your job, do give me credit too. The 3 things that I see as a priority is what I face every day. That's housing, jobs, and quality education. But we are very friendly. We live in the most vibrant community of all, and especially East Side here. And the outside may have the wrongful perception, because every now and then we hear in the news, negative news. Every now and then there will have incident like that. And then people outside have different perspective. Ooh, East Side, But I'm not afraid. I walk the street all the time, and I'm not afraid that you have to do that. You have to, if you walk enough, it will keep the bad people away. All the good people walk enough and be open enough, like this cafe here. You see all these friendly people. We all here. We care so much of the East Side, and then it will drive the bad people. Of course, they will have incident. They will have incident. I don't know whether the force is with us or some kind of evil force, behold us and causing all this trouble. You can prevent that. But you can try to ease down the problem. The issue we have here could happen somewhere else too, but the perception out there is that because we are diverse, then they assume that we don't get along. They will say, some people say, oh, East Side, ooh, they're very racist. No, we're not. We're not. I sit in the DFL, meet and greet. Next to me is a African American lady. To my right is a Norwegian descent, sit next to me. Across the street is, across on the table is Hispanic. Channel 2 TPT was thinking about launching a Hmong development program. I fit right in. I fit into that role. So I was hired by TPT to produce the first Hmong program in the country or in the world ever, to relay information to the community. But because where we come from, we have different culture. We all have different culture of where we come from. I think if I want to relate my culture to the West, the Hmong will be more like Scottish Highlander. We are Highlander. We live in the mountain and we enjoy life in seclusion from civilization. So we like to enjoy the free lifestyle, similar to the Highland of Scotland.
You end up in the city of St. Paul. That must be a little bit of a cultural shock.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's different, and we transform. We transform, and one example of that would be my mom. She couldn't read and write. She couldn't read and write, but when my father had an accident and lost his arm, she has to support our family, and then for the first time she had to take Metro bus to go to work. When my mother or other Hmong women learned how to drive, that has been the transformation of our culture already. And we even go back further than that, like into Vietnam War. We're a Highlander. Our greatest weapon is a flinch gun, right? Is it, and maybe just like tiny bow arrow to shoot tiny bird. But the Vietnam War had exposed us to modern warfare. Taught us how to fly, taught us how to shoot M16, and so devastating. And that's a major change for us. It affected us greatly, and we cannot go back now. We cannot go back to the Highland live-free lifestyle now. Our heart may be attached to the Amish lifestyle. We want to go to agriculture lifestyle like the Amish, but because we are been shocked by that, we cannot go back. So we have to get involved in this modern society.
And so here you are getting involved.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
So maybe we all benefited from this.
I'm hoping. I want to, input my understanding of diversity, not just my community or not just my route alone. I walk at Phelan Lake like anybody else. I clean up the park like anybody else. I serve in the District 2 Council, like some of the people care deeply about this community. And I step up to task to serve as a vice president of our town home association when it's most needed. I served there 2 terms. I serve as a DFL precinct chair for District 67 because we have to be involved. We have to see that this is our community, this is our home now. Instead just put our hand to accept handouts. We can help the community. We can love other people just as much as how they love us. So I'm one of those people that keep that open arm to help anybody. Like you asked me earlier about what my favorite quote is, and I said is love thy neighbor as thyself. And I talked to a school board member once, said, that I have not contributed as much to the newer immigrant that, in comparison to people who sponsor me, to the Lutheran Church who sponsor my family to this country, and took me to Salvation Army to get clothes, took me to thrift store to get clothes, driving me place and that. And then he said, Foung, don't worry about that. The point is, if you keep an open arm constantly, no matter who comes past you, just help them. Then that's the key. No matter what, race, religion, just keep an open arm. And I see this opportunity as an open arm opportunity. If I'm elected, I will be an open arm state senator.